Alright, I am back in my 79 Toyota pickup, and today we are going to install, or try to install, SUPRA parts. So, it's not as exciting as it sounds. I've got this Cube Speed short shift kit, which is designed for the Toyota Supra, which uses the W58 gearbox, which conveniently is also what I appear to have identified my truck uses. So I'm going to show you why I'm doing this and then talk you through the installation of it and how I got onto these guys. So excuse the mess in the interior. I've got the carpet lifted up so that I can actually get access to this shifter already. And the reason I want to install this quick shifter is, so that's in gear, but as you can see, this is still really sloppy, and the bushings on the bottom of this are completely disintegrated, so it needed a rebuild anyway. And I figured if I'm gonna put a new set of bushings in, I may as well just upgrade the shifter. So we're going to do that. We're going to take this shifter out, we're going to pop the new one in. Should be a relatively quick install, and then that way, I mean I'm in gear here, and if I got in the car and went like that, and oh yeah, I'm in neutral, start the car. And if anyone has seen my walk around video, you'll know that that did actually happen. So we're going to fix that today. So as I say, this shifter is from Cube Speed Performance. I got it through VIP Motorsport in the UK, but they've got distributors all over the globe. There's actually a guy on Instagram who I'll drop his username below, who put me onto these guys because he uses one on his truck. So I'm going to go through the install, and there's a set of instructions in the box. Now when it arrives, the shift handle will be disconnected from this bit. I've just kind of loosely bolted it in place so I could see what it looked like, but when it arrives it will be in separate pieces. So I'm going to take it out apart again, start putting it together, and see where we go from there. So in the box, obviously you get your shifter assembly. You can also order it with a shift knob. I decided not to because I haven't decided what shift knob I want to run on this truck yet. And then you get your instructions as well. Now there is a QR code to get a installation video, or there is also some written instructions, which if I can actually turn the page, it's a little bit cold and my hands are numb. But there is written instructions here of what we need to do. As I say, it should be a fairly simple installation. We are going to remove the old gator housing here, and then we're going to take the 4 bolts off the shifter, which will allow this one to come out, and then it's basically just a case of popping this one in. Simple as that, really. So what we're going to need for removing this shifter assembly is we're going to need a 10mm socket, probably an extension bar and a ratchet, and possibly also a decent Phillips head screwdriver. I'm just trying to find where I've put mine. Now I really like these JIS headed screwdrivers, which is Japanese industrial standard. On these old Japanese bolts, they're just a little bit less likely to pull the heads, around the heads off them. I mean, this is quite easy to take out because I've already had it off once to check this shifter assembly when the truck arrived. But yeah, these screwdrivers on the old Japanese bolts just make it a bit less likely that you are going to strip the thread on the Phillips headed bolt. So we've got those 4 out there, and then I should just be able to wiggle this plate out. Now, as you can see, that's supposed to have like an internal boot on it, and this one is disintegrated and no longer exists. So I'll get that rectified in the future, but they are now discontinued, so they're really difficult to find, and my truck has a really big outer boot on it, so I'm not too concerned about that just now. So then we're going to go ahead and take off the rest of these bolts so that we can lift the shifter assembly out the way. So that's the shifter assembly unbolted and lifted out. Just be careful that you don't drop those bolts. If you do, you'll need to go under the car to get them. Obviously it just falls straight through to the floor. I managed to drop one of mine, but I'm not too worried in this case because the Cube Speed one comes with its own bolts. Now you can see straight away here why I've got some of this slop in the shifter, because as I said, the nylon bush that's supposed to be on the end of here has just completely disintegrated. The actual shift setup in there doesn't look too bad. I'm just going to try and zoom in on that. Obviously it wants a bit of a clean out and some fresh grease in there. I think there should also be a plastic cup, which again looks like it's damaged, so I'll get a new one of those because you don't actually get one with the Cube Speed shifter. But I'm going to put this back together anyway and just see how it is, see what difference it makes when it's in there. So first thing we've got to do with this Cube Speed shifter is just take these nuts off here, which just kind of keep everything together while it's being shipped. We need to take those nuts off, drop that into place, get it lined up, see how that feels. If it's really firm and it's difficult to get into gear, then there is also a spacer plate that we can use, which should make things a little bit easier. So a little bit of trial and error just to see which setup works best in this installation. Once I know which one we're going to use, we are then going to apply some grease to the nylon bush, drop that into place, tighten those bolts down, and that is pretty much it. The installation does say to use some gasket sealant around this face where it is going to meet the actual gearbox tower. Now on this particular occasion, because I'm highly likely going to take this back out again to just replace that plastic bush, because I'm likely to take it apart again, I'm not going to put that gasket sealant on, and I'm also not going to put the thread locker on the bolts. Like I say, I'm going to take it apart again very soon, so I'll take it apart again in the future and then I'll do those bits at that point. So for now we're just going to do a dry installation. Oops, just dropped the nut that I'd loosened there. Going to do a dry installation, put this in, see how it feels, and then see if we need that spacer and call it good for now. So got the shifter dropped into place there, and what I'm going to do now is just start lining these bolts up. It's really difficult to try and do this one-handed, so you might have to just bear with me a little bit. I'm going to see if we can thread these bolts in here and get this thing nipped up, and then we shall see how the shifting feels like. Alright, so got the shifter installed, the bolts are all tightened down. Haven't tightened these ones yet, I'll do those in a second, but I've thrown the factory shift knob on there just now, and you can see even in neutral this is much tighter now. And then it actually feels like it's in gear. So yeah, really pleased with that. Nice simple installation. I'm going to take it back out, put some grease around that nylon bush, because I didn't do that. I just wanted to see if it actually works. Going to take it out, do that, and then put everything back together properly, put the rubber gaiter back on it, put the carpet back in, and then I'll show you how it looks when it's all done. Okay, so that's that all bolted up, carpet's back down, rubber gaiter's back on. A little bit slack around here, just because the OEM shifter was so much thicker there, but I'm not too worried about that. I've actually just ordered on eBay a new circular gaiter. It's not for a Toyota truck, it's for a classic British MG. I'm going to give it a try. I'll show you what it looks like when it gets here. Hopefully it's going to be roughly the right size just to bolt in down here, but who knows, we'll wait and see. Wait and see when it gets here, and it might just make this look a little bit more correct by having the rubber gaiter there, and it might just help tidy this carpet up, because this is an aftermarket carpet. It's like a 3-piece carpet, and it's just not quite the best fit around that gear gaiter. But yeah, all the bolts are tightened up, and that is really nice and precise. So yeah, no more wondering if it's in gear or not. Perfect. Thanks for watching.